Hey everyone, and welcome to the Elite Profit Series. This is Adrian Morrison, and I'm excited to have you here today. Just testing audio real fast. Can everybody hear me? Yes? Say yes, 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 yes. Awesome. All right, cool. I'm on my laptop today. I'm actually out in my living room slash kitchen, just trying to get out of the office a little bit. And that's the beautiful part of internet marketing is I can take my laptop anywhere and I can work anywhere, balcony, rooftop. I live on the beach right now, but I'm not actually taking my laptop to the beach. That's kind of like a sin out here to do. But I am in the living room. Let me go ahead and get my webcam turned on. Hold on, let's see if I can get that bad boy popped on. And tonight we have a very exciting training. So can everybody see me? Yes? Everybody sees me? All right, cool. Okay, so the emails I've been sending you over the last couple of days have been pretty weird, right? And I think that's kind of an understatement because typically the stuff that I'm teaching you on evolving as an internet marketer is all in the same sphere. You know, it's the Shopify sphere, the affiliate marketing sphere, the Facebook ads and the Google ads sphere. You know, it's a big world, but a small circle, right? Now, that being said, tonight I'm going to show you something that you've never seen before. This is the first time I have ever showed anything remotely like this, and I think it is so cool, and you are going to be mind blown, okay? Now, before we get started, on the screen right now, you see our welcome screen. It says Elite Profit Series. We're giving away $200 cash prize money to a registrant at the end of the webinar, okay? So you got to stay on to the very, very, very end, and then we do our random cash giveaway. We do the draw. All right, now below that on the bottom left is activate Facebook alerts. People went crazy last week, just like more than usual. We had a ton of people activate their Facebook alerts because what I'm doing is I'm building free courses, I'm doing cash giveaways, all sorts of exclusive things that I only share via Facebook alerts. So if you go to epswebinar.com/alerts, that's going to activate your Facebook alerts, and you'll be notified when we give away cash, we give away prizes, when we give away free courses. Very exclusive. I do not email that stuff out. So go to that link. Go ahead and do it right now if you are not subscribed to Facebook alerts. Now, today, what we're going to be talking about is Amazon, but not in a way that you've probably ever seen on my webinars before. We're not going to talk about necessarily starting an Amazon store and drop shipping or stocking products and doing FBA. No, this is a completely different realm of Amazon that you're probably not used to hearing about, but it's a way that you can create passive income, be it hundreds of dollars or thousands of extra dollars per month. A really cool side business that you could turn into a full-time gig. You know, anything online could be a full-time gig if you want it to be and you focus on it enough. If you're new to the Elite Profit Series, what we do here every week is we evolve with the internet. There's always new opportunities. There's always things changing online. And what I do is I bring in my inner circle, some underground marketers. Some of them are well-known marketers, but people that are actually practicing what they preach, people that really do this stuff, not gurus, not free YouTube channels and all that junk where people just show you a bunch of hype and a bunch of fluff. These are people that have made serious money using techniques that aren't shared all over YouTube and everywhere else. These are the things that people self-discovered, self-invented, right? So that being said, tonight I'm going to introduce you to Jay. Now, Jay has discovered a way to create income with Amazon Kindle. Kindle's been around for a long time, and he's doing it in a specific niche. Now, you can do this in any niche to generate money, but the niche that he chose is something I would have never thought about. It's the weirdest thing ever to me. And he's going to reveal that to you right here on this webinar, and you can go duplicate it if you want to. That's the thing, is he's going to show you exactly how to duplicate everything that he has done to generate this massive passive income. And I'm always just flabbergasted by the internet, because with marketers, you know, just as people, let's start as people, we're consumers, and we always want to market the stuff that we think is cool and the stuff that we're interested in and we enjoy. But the goal is to make money. And oftentimes I find these niches and these strategies from marketers like Jay that are out doing things I'm not doing, that I'm learning from, right? And I'm like, dang, like, I'm not interested in that subject. I'm not interested in that niche. I'm not interested in that business. Like, I don't wake up excited about, Amazon Kindle, right? I barely read books. I've written some, but I barely read them. But that doesn't matter, because what excites me is making money. So anything that earns money that's ethical, right? I'm excited about. So now all of a sudden I'm like amped up and hyped up about Kindle, and I literally hate reading books. But it doesn't matter, because I'm selling it to people that want to read. That's who's paying, right? And this is just going to be mind blowing. I'm going to show up. I could talk about this because it's such a weird, cool strategy. But hey, books are a huge market. Amazon Kindle is a massive market, and there's a big way that you could start cashing in on that. And we're going to reveal that to you here in just a moment. So remember, at the end of the webinar, we're giving away $200 cash prize money to a completely random webinar registrant. Okay, we're going to do that draw at the end. Also at the end, after Jay's training, which is going to be step by step, take you by the hand and guide you through what this process is, what it's like, how you mimic it, how you duplicate it. He's going to be able to offer you more training from himself. If that's something you want to take advantage of, fantastic. Every week we have new trainings. Every week there's new possibilities. Every week we find new streams of income. And it's imperative that you build multiple streams of income if you want to grow your internet marketing empire. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to shut my webcam off. Jay, I'm so excited to learn about this crazy, weird niche that you were able to capitalize on and earn extra money from. And I just know that it's something that my students are going to jump on as soon as you share it. So go ahead. I'm going to mute myself, Jay. Everybody welcome Jay Boyer to the webinar. Go ahead and take it away, dude.
Hey Jay, we don't hear your audio.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, yes? No, no? If you can hear me, please type a 1 in the questions box. Oh my gosh, I am so thankful. Okay, fantastic. Let me head back over here. Again, my name is Jay Boyer. I'm so glad we're cooking with gas here today. And let me just confirm that. You should be looking at a page with a blue header, say, how to write and publish a best-selling children's book to Amazon over the weekend and collect thousands per month in royalties. Please give me some, let me know. Type in a number 2 if you can see that, as well as hear me, and I'll know that we're ready. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Thank you for that feedback. We're ready to move forward here. And like Adrian said, listen, this may be a brand new business model for you. You may never have even imagined that this was something that you'd be remotely interested in, but by the time I get through the end of this presentation, you may jump in with both feet and say, holy cow, and you see some of the results that I'm generating, some of the results my students are generating. This may be the next big thing for you. I want to give you a quick sort of history lesson and how I actually found this. And don't worry, you're not going to need to have ever published a Kindle book ever previously in order to make this work. I hadn't done that. I should say my son Joe hadn't done that. I published a couple before, but you're looking at a picture of myself and my son Joe. And he was 8 years old when we first published the first children's book. Gosh, it was about 6 years ago. And we got it together we wrote and published it in a single week. And it shot to #1 bestseller, and the rest is kind of history. And this book has gone on to create a series of, I think, 11 or 12 books, which will go on to pay for Joe's college education and then some. I'm going to show you some of my income results, but I just want to let you know if there's any parents out there, if that sounds like something that might be good for you and your kids, then you're in the right place at the right time here today. As I said, we published our first book about 6 years ago. It started a fun project, and it kind of snowballed into a fairly amazing passive income stream. What you're looking at is 1 month of pure profit royalties for the print version of some of these kids' books. $33,000. This was, I believe, last December. Now, granted, full disclosure, this was a very, very good month. As you might imagine, anything selling during the holidays on Amazon is going to be more, but this just gives you sort of some idea of what's possible. Give me some feedback. Does this look okay to you? Is this right in the pocket? Could you stand another $33,000 or even 1/10 of that dropping into your bank account during the holidays as a result of these sales of the kids' books? Yeah, thank you for that feedback. My promise to you on this webinar is to give you all the information that you're going to need by the time we get off here today to research and write and publish a best-selling children's book in order to generate massive passive income. Again, as Adrian said, yeah, 48 hours from right now. And if that sounds like I'm putting you on, that sounds like a tall tale or a bold promise, I just want to let you know that that's absolutely true. I've had students who've watched the very same presentation that you're on right now who've done exactly that. Students like Josh, who said, I started writing my first children's book, never done it before, 5 minutes after watching. The webinar took me 2 hours to complete. And Gloria, who said, I now know it's possible to build a residual income from Kindle publishing without wasting time and money. Again, underline residual income. Again, just on real, and I'm not just blowing smoke here. You're looking at another month of Kindle profits, 9,286. So I want to let you know that, by creating one single asset, by writing one single children's book, you're going to be able to create multiple streams using that same content. You can publish it to Kindle, you can publish it to print, you can publish your audiobook version, etc. So we're talking about multiple streams of income from the very same piece of content, which I find extremely exciting. So my point is, yeah, I'm having success with this system, but so are my students who are launching #1 bestseller after #1 bestseller over and over again. Students like Jared scoring #1 bestseller in so many categories. Here's some other students. These ladies are actually from Australia. If you're wondering, hey, I don't even live in the US. Is this something that I can, a profit stream that I can leverage? The answer is absolutely yes. Karen and Katrina sent me a message not too long ago. She said, we published almost 40 books on Amazon and are making up $10,000 per month. You taught us how to do it. Anybody excited about this? Give me some feedback here. We're about ready to get started, but I want to make sure that you're here with me, and I want to make sure that you are ready to move forward. Thanks, Sylvie. Right on. Okay. If you stay until the end of this presentation, and I absolutely recommend that you do, I'm actually going to be showing you my #1 best-selling and most profitable children's book niche. You may laugh out loud when I tell you what it is because it's kind of silly, in which I've sold literally hundreds of thousands. I have to update this presentation, millions of dollars worth of books inside this niche. A couple quick words about me. This is your first live training with me. Susanna says, heck yeah, I love it. Again, my name is Jay Boyer. I live up in the mountains of the mile-high city of Arizona, as I call it, although everyone from Denver hates it when I say that. Prescott, Arizona. There's myself and my family on the right-hand side. I've been a top 500 Amazon author. I've scored over a dozen #1 best-selling children's books. Yes, at this point in time, I'm super specialized. I only publish children's books. I generate 7 figures every year with my digital publishing business, of which my children's book publishing is just a subset. I have several other income streams as well, but I'll tell you, this is my absolute favorite part of my business because it is so fun. I've also been privileged to be invited as a speaker at many self-publishing and online marketing conferences, most recently Russell Brunson's Funnel Hacks. And just to, again, give you some idea of who I am, I've also taught thousands of students from all over the world publish their books, publish and profit from their books on Amazon. I'm the founder of Apex Authors, which I humbly consider to be the #1 self-publishing community online with almost 3,000 members at this point. And I also have possibly the coolest elevator speech on the planet. And let me tell you what I mean when I say that. I have folks who in towns, maybe I show up at a birthday party, drop my son off, and their parents know that I make my living online. And this comes up all the time. Maybe it does for you as well. They say, what do you do? And I used to be totally stumped by that question. But now I tried this exercise a couple of years ago. I look at them in the eyeballs and I say, I am a best-selling children's book author. And that just seems to resonate with me. that just seems to be a really good fit. And if that is something that you would be okay saying yourself, that's something that sounds good to you, then again, do not go anywhere, because I'm going to show you how, everything from soup to nuts. Now, of course, I wasn't always the best-selling Amazon children's book author. I didn't spring up into this world, with this knowledge, this innate knowledge in my brain. I used to actually be a full-time carpenter. I had a carpentry business on the North Shore of Chicago for about 17 years, until the Great Recession and the great real estate bust of 2008, 2009. That's where I first felt it in my business. And I found myself without work, without income. My clientele had dried up, and I went online. I found my way online because I had some friends who were actually publishing books to this brand new platform called Kindle Publishing. And I jumped in with both feet. I saw the results they were getting. I made every mistake in the book, and I finally learned how to do it successfully. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you here, and focus on the children's book niche. Before we get started, I think this is important to say. Here's a quick earnings disclaimer. You will most likely not be earning thousands of dollars per month, just like you've seen from my income results, after you publish your very first children's book. I think that kind of stands to reason. When I got started, as I said, I was just trying to cover some bills. I was just trying to put food on the table. That's where I was at. I hope that's not the case for you, but if it is, if you're between a rock and a hard place now, then I'm gonna present a powerful business model for you that you may want to pay extra special attention to here today. And if you were wondering, holy cow, Jay, how many books does it take, right? For me to generate income results like you saw some of the screenshots I was showing you? Well, it's more than one, but we're not talking hundreds or thousands. I currently have 16 children's books published to Amazon right now. I don't know if you think that's a lot or a little, but honestly, that is a very small number. Having said all that, I want to let you know empirically, as we jump into the actual training here, that this is something that you can do. I'm sure to walk away from this training knowing that this is absolutely something that you can do with the information that I present here today, just like I did, right? The washed up carpenter, just like my 8-year-old son, Joe, did. We had never done this before, but I'm going to give you all the information, and I'm going to show you, how to jump over the pitfalls that we first encountered when we first started our children's book publishing, so you don't have to. Okay, does that sound good? Hey, Marino. Okay, great. Let's get ready. I'm ready to get started. I'm about to show you the 3 secrets right now. You may want to, pull up a pen and paper, actual or virtual, because I'm going to show you secret number 1, how to come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes flat. Yes, even if you've never done anything like this before. Secret number 2, how to load up your kid's book with amazing illustrations that your kids and their parents are going to love. Yeah, even if you can't draw like myself. And secret number 3, how to publish and launch your best-selling books quickly and easily and send it to the Amazon bestsellers list in over the weekend. So let's go. Everyone okay? Everyone ready to get started? Yeah, I'm ready to show you. I have so much to show you in this presentation. Excited, says Lisa. Fantastic. Thanks, Cynthia Marino. Let's get going. Secret number 1. This is so important, okay? Please, please, please do not make this mistake, because this is where some of my students sort of run off the rails when they first get started. They jump in and they're like, I have an awesome, super original book idea for kids. It's never been tested before. Is not, maybe it's a brand new type of story or a character, who knows? Please don't do it on your first book, at least. Maybe for your second or your 5th or your 25th book, get experimental on it, but please do not try and reinvent the wheel, because, and please answer me this, doesn't it make sense to just model kids books that have already proven to be successful and are selling like crazy right now on Amazon? Just model what's already working. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, absolutely, especially if you've never done this before. Just take a page out of what's already working now and selling like crazy now over to Amazon. So let me ask you this, and please type in it. Where do you find those books? Where do you find those books that you're going to want to model? Let me know. Type it into the questions box. This is not a rhetorical exercise. Please put fingers on the keyboard and answer me this question. Where do you find those books? On Kindle? That's right, Tammy. Where on Kindle? Where do you find those? Yeah, you got it. That's the question. Okay, Mike, you got it. The bestsellers list. It is so easy to find these best-selling books that you're going to want to model, yeah, and take a page out of their book. That's no pun intended, or maybe pun intended. And by the way, this is exactly what me and Joe did 7 years ago when we scored our #1 bestseller. I'm actually going to take you over to Amazon in just a couple minutes and show you exactly where we went to do our research and come up with our best-selling book idea so that you can do the same darn thing, okay? Before we do, I want to give you some idea of why this is my absolute favorite business and why this is the only market that I'm publishing to on Kindle. Number one, kids' books are a huge and growing evergreen market. I think they're growing by leaps. I think almost 400% last year in the Amazon marketplace. And, you know, kids' books are never going to go out of style. Believe me. Ebooks, print books, it doesn't matter. People are always going to be reading kids' books to their kids sitting on the edge of their bed, okay? They're largely image-based, which means there's not a lot of writing involved. And so if you're, you know, if you failed English class, or maybe English is your second language, or you just don't feel like writing at all, then that's fine because there's not hardly any writing involved. These are largely image-based books. Formulaic. Let me show you what I mean by that. With can y'all see this this mind map with this goofy looking wizard here? Let me know. I don't know if you ever use mind maps in your business. I used to hate them, but I find that they're a really great way to organize information. Okay, what you're looking at is basically like 4 or 5, you know, reams of data that I used to have on Google Drive and on my hard drive, and I decided to organize it inside this mind map. And what it is I want to show you this to illustrate this idea of how formulaic these books are, therefore how easy they are for you to write, even if you've never done it before. For example, what are the best-selling characters that show up over and over and over again in best-selling kids books? I've got them all in here, right? Animals, bears, monkeys, birds, gorillas, horses, dogs, cats, sharks, pigs, right? These are, you could any one of these.
Hey Jay, we lost your sound.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I have no idea what's going on here. I've got a brand new headset. Thanks for your patience. Again, we're talking about, you know, how incredibly formulaic these children's book characters are. Yeah, these children's book components, family characters, right? Babies and brothers and cousins and dads and grandmas and grandfathers, etc. You've seen all these characters show up, and they are blocks of every successful best-selling children's book. Now, imagine this, okay? And this is where it starts to get a little bit interesting. What if you combine any one of those characters with one of these learning or conceptual ideas, right? For example, if I pop open this module, right? So how to brush your teeth. What if you had a character, maybe it's like a 5-year-old boy shark character named Sharky the Shark, and you wrote a book on how to brush your teeth, right? Step 1, you know, sidle up to the sink. Step 2, put toothpaste on the toothbrush. Step 3, rub it around your teeth, right? Step 4, swish some water, spit it in the sink. Step 5, you have sparkling new shark teeth. Now, do you think that would be a book that a mom would be of a 5-year-old boy would be happy to purchase for their son and read to them so that they can understand the importance of brushing their teeth? Yeah, this is how best-selling books, right, over at Amazon. This is how we become best-selling books, combining these proven characters and concepts and genres and themes that are already proven to be selling right now and recombining them in a brand new way. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying in terms of do not reinvent the wheel? Yeah. Okay, great. Well, let me head back over the presentation because I have so much more to show you. I hope that this is sort of is clarifying. If you're like, oh my gosh, what do I write about? Well, listen, I've got it all written down for you there. Another reason why I love this niche of children's books, these can be outsourced for dirt cheap, for pennies on the dollar. We're going to be talking about that in just a little bit. They can be easily scaled. Think of a book series, right? You publish a #1 best-selling book. What's the next thing you're going to do? Publish a second one, right? Volume 2 with the same characters, a different story. And last but not least, they are a piece of cake to score a bestseller. I'm going to show you how on this training. And they're super fun to write and publish. This is my favorite online business. Period rating, 6 figures profit per year with it. Okay, I'm going to show you how. So this is important. I want to show you, please write this stuff down. I'm going to show you right now the 4 steps to reverse engineering a #1 best-selling Kindle children's book. Starting with number 1, step number 1, find a niche or a topic or a trend or a character, again, that's already selling well inside the Kindle marketplace. And for the example that we're using here, let's just say joke books. Yeah, joke books are as evergreen as it gets. My grandpa, I'm sure, purchased and read joke books as a kid. Your grandchildren will do the same thing, okay? Step number 2, this is important. Now connect and identify a demographic or an age group that likes to read joke books, right? That's related to that trend. For this example, this is sort of a primary demographic for me in the books that I write. I know for a fact that 8 to 10-year-old boys love joke books. Now, step number 3, this is where it gets interesting. Combine that with another trend that very same demographic is interested in. For example, zombies. I know zombies are hot. I know what's the HBO what's the zombie show? Walking Dead, right? That's not a kid's show, but you better believe that kids know what Walking Dead is. Zombies are hot, right? Minecraft books. One of the main characters in the Minecraft game is zombies. Okay, so again, combining joke books with zombies. Maybe you write the zombie joke book. Yeah. Number 4, reverse engineer your own children's book, adding formula elements, your own voice, your own cool illustrations, and your own secret sauce. Does this understand? Susanna says, we're going too fast. Well, I hope that this makes sense for most of you. I'm going to try to slow down a little bit, but I just have so much to show you, okay? Again, what's selling right now, who's buying it, combine that with something else that is a trending topic for that very same audience, and then mash it up and create something super cool and original that no one else has done. Make sense? Again, and again, we're just leveraging what's already selling. So do you think you can do that? Let me ask you this. Do you think that that's something that you can do? Again, we're not talking about writing the great American novel here. We're talking about writing a children's book. Yeah, thank you. I agree, because that's all that it takes to score a #1 best-selling children's book that's going to be generating royalties for you on Amazon for years and years to come. Lisa says yes, totally. Jason says yes, absolutely, says Jillian. Right on. Thanks so much. Okay, so I want to take you on a field trip over to Amazon. I want to show you, I don't want this to be theory for you. I want to show you exactly how to do exactly what we just said and find out what's selling right now over to Amazon so that you can come away from this presentation saying, hey, I want to write a book about this, XYZ, this types of illustrations, and identify a target market for that. Does that make sense? Good. I want to show as much as I tell here. I know I talk a lot. My wife says that's very uncharacteristic for me because she knows me really well, but I get really excited about this stuff, so I can't help myself. So let me know, have you followed me over to the Amazon bestsellers list? You should see a big blue banner and some books underneath it here. Give me a #1 if that's the case. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so what you're looking at, these are the best-selling children's book. You can see, you can navigate just like purchasing any sort of product at Amazon. You can navigate on the sidebar on the left, and you can find the bestsellers list for that particular niche. In this case, we're looking at the best-selling children's ebooks. Right now, in real time. This is updated every hour, and we can scroll down and you'll see that there's some very recognizable names here. There's Harry Potter. I saw someone mention Harry Potter before. Oh my gosh, holy cow. It never ceases to amaze me. I know Harry Potter is popular, but they're currently, dominating 8 out of the top 10 best-selling books here over at Amazon. So, but look at this. Now, this is why I wanted to bring you here. You don't have to be Harry Potter, right? You don't have to be J.K. Rowling. You don't have to be Jeff Kinney, right? Diary of a Wimpy Kid guy, in order to compete with the big boys, in order to get your book up here and selling and #1 bestseller. Yeah, this is a very democratic marketplace, the children's book market, because look at this. This is a children's book. This is a self-published children's book, number 12, elbow to elbow with Disney here, the Frozen Junior novel, right? Pete the Cat, that's another self-published book. Elite Sheep, another self-published children's book, right? Right next to Mary Poppins. Here's another one. What if everybody did that? Another self-published children's book. Here's another one, right? You Get What You Get, right next to the Hunger Games. Is this eye-opening for everybody? Is anyone surprised that this is the case? You don't have to be you don't have to be J.R.R. Tolkien and write The Hobbit in order to sell like they do. Okay, superhero, says Cynthia. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So good. All right. So I've made my. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Let me just pop this open here, because this is exactly what I was talking about. Remember, I said find something that's already selling, combine it with something else that's already selling, and mash it up and come up with something new and cool and original. Well, look at this. That's exactly what this self-published author is doing. This book is called Diary of Steve the Noob, Unofficial Minecraft Book. Now tell me, what are 2 trends that this book is capturing, that this book is mashing up and creating something new and interesting and of value, and that is selling like crazy? It's a #1 bestseller in several categories. Let me know, what are 2 that you see here? I can see 3 actually right off the bat. Jillian says Minecraft and fantasy. Yep, I think Minecraft for sure. I would agree with you there. What about this one? What about this word? Diary of blankety blankety blank. If you're ever at a loss for how to title your children's book, like a chapter book, you can do wrong than Diary of a blankety blank. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is one of the most popular children's book series. Yeah, you got it, Cynthia. So in this case, they're combining Diary of a Wimpy Kid with, at least for the purpose of their title, with Minecraft, and coming up with something brand new. And in this case, let me scroll down here, 855 paid in the Kindle store. This is selling like crazy at, I believe, hang on, at $2.99. Yeah, $2.99 Kindle price. I can tell you this book is selling at least 100 copies a day from that bestseller ranking. And the cool thing about pricing at $2.99, between $2.99 and $9.99, you're going to be getting 70% royalties. This is an ebook. This is an electronic book, okay? There's no printing costs here. So we're talking 70% royalties is profit that goes right into your pocket. So almost just over $2 for every $2.99 book sold. Any light bulbs flashing? Any green dollar signs flashing in your eyeballs like they do in cartoons? Yeah, that adds up very quickly. And now look at this. Look at this. Customers who bought this item also bought this. Look at all these other books that this best-selling author is writing here. It looks like he has at least a dozen in this same series. So I would say it's well within reason that this particular children's book author is making almost $1,000 profit every day. I mean, that might be a little high, maybe between $500 and $700 profit every single day with this single best-selling book series. Does that make sense? Is that exciting to anybody else but me? All right, cool. Let me, I want to do a little bit of hands-on research here, okay? And I want to sort of drill down into some of these subcategories, because this is where, you can really niche down and find your sweet spot, just like I have with my own best-selling book series. And so let me drill down into the, let's go into the animals category. We were talking about animals before. Angelica says, exciting. Brenda says, super exciting. Great. So here we are in the animals category. Remember in my mind map, I showed you about 3 dozen animals that you can make your main character. And I like to do an unscientific poll. I like to come here and see, hey, are there any trending, right? If it doesn't matter if your title character is a dog or a horse, right? For the purpose of the story, you know, you might do well to find a trending character and jump on a trend like that. So let's just do an unscientific poll here and see what sort of characters these books are writing about. There's a cat, there's a sheep, there's a rabbit, there's a dog, there's a dinosaur, a fox, a duck, a mouse, monkey, hippopotamus, another dog. There's another ding ding ding. Here's a another dinosaur. There's a bear. There's another hippo, right? Another dinosaur, cow. So just doing again this unscientific poll, looking for trending animal characters. What do you see right off the bat? There's SpongeBob. Yeah, there's SpongeBob. What are the trending characters that we've seen come up more than once here? I saw a hippo. I saw a dinosaur, right? Come up several times. And so this might be worth writing down and recording. Again, we're finding out what's selling right now, what sort of types of books, what characters books, what the illustrations look like, what the covers look like. Yeah, you could do worse than, just based upon this quick survey, then you could do worse than, you know, making a dinosaur your main character, or a hippo of all things your main character. Can you imagine? All right, so that's the animal character. That's the animal category. Let's check out another one. Let's head over to the humor category. I told you I would show you exactly where I went with Joe 6 or 7 years ago. When we found our topic for our best-selling book, we came right over the humor category because I asked him, Joe, when he said, hey, Papa, let's write a book together. I said, that sounds good, Joe. What sort of book do you want to write? And he said, I just want it to be funny. He wanted to share a laugh, right? We read it together, you know, at bedtime, or he could share with his friends. So I said, I know exactly where to go. We came right over here to the humor subcategory inside of children's ebooks, and we found our best-selling #1 bestseller book idea within 3 minutes time. So let's see what's selling here. You can do very well inside the humor category. I can see Duck in the Fridge. I'm not sure what that is. Silly jokes for silly kids. Remember talking about joke books? Here's another joke book, Harry Potter joke book. If I would necessarily, I mean, we're getting into sort of, you know, trademark territory. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you combine Harry Potter with joke books as a trend, but this person seems to be doing well with it until they're served with a cease and desist letter by their lawyers. But in any case, there's another joke book for you. 100 knock-knock jokes. My gosh. Riddles and trick questions, another form of joke books, right? Laugh out loud joke books. Knock-knock joke books. This one, look at this. What is this combining? This is very topical as we are approaching October. This is joke books plus Halloween. You can do really, really well with Halloween books, and you better believe that this book will show up this time next year during Halloween as well. Okay, so I think we can see there's another silly riddles of silly kids. Yeah, joke books sell well. I'd say half of these books inside of the humor category are in fact joke books, and I saw at least 2 of my own books there that we wrote, gosh, 6 or 7 years ago. They are still bestsellers. Okay, if you do it right, and I'm going to show you how on this training, you can. These will be ongoing evergreen best-selling books that you are going to be generating income from for years and years to come. Okay, great. All right, let's get going and head back over here. Any light bulb moments? Are you seeing any trends? Are you seeing any types of books that you want to that you think might be fun for you to publish to for your first children's book? Yes. Cynthia, Marinho, Brenda, thank you. Okay, cool. Let's check out one more very popular subcategory of books here before we head back over to the PowerPoint. Early learning books, and as the name implies, these are for the very youngest readers. And as you might imagine, these are almost exclusively images. And so again, if you don't consider yourself a writer or a storyteller, right? You don't have to be, because as you'll see on this, these are short books. Some of these are what I call virtual board books, which are, they have less than 100 words on them. They are almost exclusively images, okay? So we can see monsters do well. I don't want to sleep. Remember we were talking about, combining a character with, some sort of instructional how-to, right? Look at, let me see, check out one thing. Let's look at this book. This is, I know for a fact that this particular book, it's called You Are Not Small by Anna Kang, who's a very popular author here. Again, another self-published author. This has been a best-selling children's book since I've been publishing books. I believe this has been on here. So let me show you, because I know for a fact that this is going to be instructional for you. If you're wondering, you're saying, holy cow, I still don't know what I would write a book about, what I would possibly write a children's book about. Well, look at this. We've got some excerpts from the book. 3 pages of the story, of which there are a total of 32 pages, okay? And this is it. Big thing says to little thing, you are small. Little thing says to big thing, I'm not small, you are big. Big thing, I'm not big. You see, they are just like me, you are small. Now, do you think that we're talking about story, right? Do you think you can write a story, right, and hanging quotes like this? Something like this. This is almost all image based. This is probably one of those books that has maybe 100 total words in it, 32 pages. Do you think that this is something that you could do? Write a story like this for early readers, just like this. Would you think that would be fun to do? Do you think it would be profitable to do, based upon the fact that this has been a best-selling book since 2014? Yeah, absolutely you can. And I'm going to show you how, again, on this training. So has this been instructional to you? Do you have some ideas right now based upon the research that we've done for your first best-selling children's book? Yes, 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 says Yai. Okay, great. Please record them. Don't let this slip away, okay? Because I'm going to show you how to actually get that done here today. All right, so I showed you how to find the best-selling children's book idea. It is so easy. It's like falling off a log, okay? And brings us to secret number 2. I saw several people saying, what about the illustrations, right? Especially for those early reader categories. Secret number 2, I'm going to show you how to load up your children's book with amazing illustrations that kids are going to love, love, love. Yes, even if you can't draw a straight line or design you with a paper bag like me. Okay, and to do that, I'm going to head back over to my browser and I'm going to show you where I find all of my children's book illustrations. And for pennies on the dollar, I find it at a website called Fiverr.com. Anybody not familiar with Fiverr.com? Yeah, if you're brand new, this is one of the most popular outsourcing websites. Love Fiverr, says Lisa. Yeah, me too. You can get anything under the sun, from video intros to voiceovers to small coding jobs and writing jobs. And this is how to find all of my talented illustrators that I use for my kids' books. And I do it simply by typing in children's book illustrations. Look at that. And it'll take us to a page like this. And the thing I like about Fiverr is that you can, just based upon the thumbnails, you can sort of tell, if this illustrator is going to be stylistically appropriate for the type of book and your audience that you're writing to. Now you can see, please, let me just say this right off the bat, do not pay $4,500 to have this woman. I'm sure she's great, okay? Do not pay anybody $4,500 or even $40 for someone to illustrate your books. These used to be only $5 jobs. That's why they call it Fiverr. But you can search for the talented illustrators down here, right? Say anywhere between $5 and $10 per illustration. And it brings us to a page like this, okay? And have a look at what's available to you for just $5 or $10. Not too bad, right? Let me open this guy up. Here's a $5 illustrator. There's another $5 illustrator, right? Look at these. It's spend $10, by the way, as well. So this would be appropriate for an early learning book. Look at this, $5, baby. What do you think? I mean, this is a super talented. What do you think? Would this illustrator would you be happy and proud to have this illustrator create the illustrations for your book? Wow, I haven't seen this illustrator before, but they are super talented. Yeah, I mean, talk about a great image to put on the cover of a children's book. This is it right here, right? Timmy the Fighter Pilot, or whatever your book's called, right? Here's another one. Black and white. Let me tell you one thing about black and white line drawings. Everyone thinks they have to have full color illustrations for their books. I use black and white line drawings for all of my children's books, mostly because I'm modeling what's already working in specifically Jeff Kinney, the author of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and all of his illustrations are simply black and white line drawings, and I get them all for $5. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you one in just a sec here, an entire. But in any case, give me this. All right. So let me know in the questions box. Is this an illustrator that you think are these illustrations at least as good, if not better, as the illustrations that we found in this example here that we showed over in the Amazon Marketplace? This "You Are Not Small," maybe better. Yeah, you don't have to be Dr. Seuss. You don't have to do all these yourself. I just want to let you know, better, says Trish, yeah, that you can get these amazing illustrations for pennies on the dollar over at Fiverr. This is where I find all of my illustrator talent, over at Fiverr, okay? And that's what I recommend for you as well. Cool. So we're really cooking with gas here. I've showed you how to get your best-selling book idea. I showed you how to find an amazing illustrator to fill up your book with awesome illustrations. It brings us to secret number 3. How to publish and launch your children's book quickly and easily and send them to the Amazon bestsellers list in less than 48 hours. Yes. Now, I want to let you know that the strategies that I'm going to show you right here, some of them are super basic, some of them are a little more advanced, but all of them are doable for you when you publish your first children's book, and it could be this time next week, okay? So let's start with simple. Let's start with basic. I've seen several people say, how do these books actually come together? Well, they come together in a manuscript, which is nothing more than a Word document for me. I'm on a PC, and let me show you one of my own right here. This is an actual manuscript for one of my children's books. And I want you to think in terms of chunking it down. Now, I don't write for early readers. I write for, again, that age group that are attracted to joke books, right? Or early chapter books. My being, about 4,000 words, but I chunk it down. I create a table of contents just like this, where I outline the story roughly, and then I chunk it down. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to write 100 or 150 words for each chapter heading. In this case, chapter 1, there's the blurb. It's about 120 words, I'd say, followed by an illustration, right? Chapter 2, and by the way, this is about a family who goes to war with these supernatural creatures, and they use everyday stuff in order to beat them. Okay, in this case, Grandma is going to war with zombies. Okay, again, here's chapter 3. That's a little bit longer. I'd say that's 175, 200 words there, followed by an illustration, right? Chapter 4. Do you see a pattern developing here? Followed by an illustration of Grandma. Now, this is, again, when I was talking about, getting amazing illustrations for $5 a piece. Look at this one. This is awesome. You see Grandma ready to kick zombie butt with her super sticky denture cream, right? And her hearing aid and her bag of mothballs, etc. Here's the zombie. Aren't these awesome? You can get this. This is possible for $5 a piece over at Fiverr. That's exactly where I find this illustrator. So I won't go through this entire. I think you get the message, right? So again, blurb, illustration, right? Text, illustration, chunk it down, make it manageable, right? So that you can write it quickly, or you can outsource it and have somebody else write it quickly simply by giving them an outline of the chapters. Make sense? Okay, cool. So that's how they come together in a simple Word document. Now, this is a semi-advanced strategy, like I said, but I'll tell you, this is kind of secret sauce, and I'm going to reveal it to you right now, okay? Inside your book, in the very front of the book, I always include a free offer, a bonus to add value to my book, yeah? To have people come back for more, to have them buy every single book that I have because they know that I'm gonna have a free offer, like an audiobook version of the very same book, okay? And I put it right up front, even before people get to page 1 of my book. And look at this. This is the cool thing about a reading device like Kindle or a Kindle app. You can click right through a live link. And I say, hey, if you'd like to listen to the hilarious audiobook version of this book, click on this link and you can download it 5 seconds from right now. And people click on that, it takes them to a landing page, also known as a squeeze page or an opt-in page, whatever you want to call it, where people can give me their name and email address in exchange for that awesome free offer. Yeah, and I get so many people doing this because it's such a cool bonus, and it goes hand in hand with the kids book itself, and it's really easy to create, especially if we're talking about short kids books. Okay, so what happens to those people that opt in and give me their contact information for my free book? Well, they end up right inside my Aweber account. This is my autoresponder, which sends out a message right away with a Dropbox link to that audiobook that they can download and play right immediately. And so let me ask you this, what can you do with an email database? I have almost 9,000 people who have opted in and claimed this free gift and given me their email address. What can you do with a book buyer list of 9,000 people? Let me know that you're out there. Let me know that you're still alive. Go ahead and type the answer into the questions box. Let me know, what can you do? What's the best thing that you can do? Or what's one thing you can do? You can send anything to them. What does it make sense if you're a children's book author? Market to them, Cynthia. Exactly. Sell things to them. Yeah, sell them what? You got it, Lisa. Well, this is what I do. I sell them other books. And this is how this is how I drive my books to #1 bestseller over and over and over again. As soon as I release them, I send a single email, maybe 100 words long, to my 9,000 subscribers, and I say, hey, this book, you're going to love this brand new book that I just launched. It's going to be $2.99 at the end of the weekend, but because you are my favorite people in the whole world, I'm going to give it to you for 99 cents. Click through this link and buy it now. And I get hundreds of people buying my book in a very short period of time, and that rockets my book to bestseller status immediately. Pretty cool, right? And yeah, it generates some nice income. It generates a lot of reviews as well. It kills a lot of birds with that one stone. So that's my super secret strategy. Now you know it, and you can use it to publish your own Kindle ebook, your own Kindle children's book, and drive it to #1 right off the bat. From there, right, we talked about getting your manuscript together, whether you have a free offer or not, doesn't matter. You can put it in later. You're ready to launch your book, and you're going to go to a website created by Amazon called KDP, or Kindle Direct Publishing. And I will tell you, this is one of the easiest parts. Lots of people think, oh my gosh, the actual publication part is so difficult. No, it will take you less than 30 minutes, even if you've never done it before. Next step, you're going to want to get 3 to 5 honest reviews. This is, again, to do. There's several ways to do it, but like anything for sale in Amazon, reviews are important, and children's books are no exception. So here's the best ways to do it. #1, the friends and family plan is the easiest way to do it, especially if you publish, if this is your first book. Tell me, do you think you know a half dozen people in your life, friends, family, whoever? If you sent them an email or a text message and said, hey, I just published my first children's book, I want to become a bestseller. You want to help me? Please click on this link and buy my book. You can send them a review copy for free, just a PDF version. And if you'd be so kind, just leave me a review. Do you think you can find a half dozen people in your life that would be thrilled, skinny, to do that for you? Yeah, absolutely. That's all you need. Another great way to do it is previous buyers. This is a little bit more difficult, but it's certainly doable. And I showed you how, if you create a buyers list of book buyers with a free offer, then you won't be able to do it with your first book, but your second book, your third book, your 23rd book, you'll be able to look at and drive it to #1 bestseller, yeah, at the same time. Another great way to get reviews is a Kindle publishing group. This is one of the best ways to do it. That's one of the reasons why I created my Apex Authors group. This is a private group. These are only my students and clients, and having said that, there's over 3,000 people in it, and this is one great way to use it. Carol Fisher, one of my star students, is doing exactly that. She's dropping a link to her book. She's saying, hey, I just published this brand new book. Do you mind including the link and purchasing it. I've marked it down to 99 cents. And just leave me your honest review. I'd be willing to do the same for you with your book. I call them book swaps. That's a great way to get, again, all you need is 3 to 5 reviews to start, okay? Research, write, publish, promote, that is it. And you can do all of this in the next 7 days. I did it with Joe the first time I did it, and I guarantee that you can do the same darn thing. And if your children's book is a hit, congratulations, it's time to start working out sequels and create multiple streams of passive income. Then you can use them to cross-sell other books. You can use them as standalone income streams. You can create a print version, a KDP version, an audiobook. So many possibilities, so many profitable possibilities for you. Okay, we've covered a lot here. We are fast approaching the top of the hour. I just want to review, because we have covered so much here today, what we have learned. Number one, how to come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes or less. I showed you how to do that. You now know how to find an awesome for your kids' books. Yeah, even if you are a terrible artist yourself. And secret number 3, how to publish and launch your children's book quickly and easily and send it to the bestsellers list in 48 hours. Anybody excited? Anybody know that you can do this? Yeah, you have all the information. Now let me ask you a question. We covered a ton, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I've talked triple speed here than I would usually do, because I have so much to show you. I have a lot more to show, but does anyone kind of feel like this? Like, holy cow, Jay, TMI. You know, that was, I could bear, my hand feels like it's gonna fall off from trying to kind of copy all that information down. I feel like this. Okay, I was looking for like drinking from a fire hose, but this was the image that I gave away. I think you get the picture. Or maybe, just maybe, you're starting to feel like this cutie here, right? Who's excited about the possibilities of jumping in with both feet and publishing your first children's book. I tell you, I can't describe to you how fun it is and what a thrill it is when you get your first children's book published to Amazon and you see it go up for sale in the Amazon marketplace with a buy now button next to you. You will never forget that feeling. Anybody starting to feel like this? Anybody starting to feel like, holy cow, I am so excited, I'm so ready to do the same thing, Jay? Well, great. Again, don't go anywhere. I have lots more to show you. Of course, I'm enjoying success. I've shown you some crazy screenshots over and over and over again of the passive royalties that drop into my bank account just like this, $10,000 in a single month, every month, okay? But listen, so are my students, and not just me. I've been able to pass this information along and guide my students to be able to do the same thing. Some of them who are making more money than I am with this business model. People like Anna Davis, who published her first book and it shot to #1 and #2 in a couple different categories. Now think about this, okay? Anna actually published her book in 5 weeks' time. It didn't take, it was more than a week, right? But it wasn't too long. And she, when she sent me this message, she had made $213.25 profit, yeah, in 5 weeks' time. I don't know if you know what, if that's, I don't know if you think that's a lot or little, but I want you to start thinking about this in terms of passive income opportunities, multiple streams of passive income. That's where it's about. Whatever online business you have, okay? And I don't have to update these books. I don't have to do a single damn thing to keep these sales rolling in. I'm getting all the traffic from Amazon, and all I'm doing is very occasionally putting out a brand new book and promoting it, okay? Just start thinking in terms of, wow, $213 in, we'll call it $200 in a month, yeah? What if you had 2 books like that? What if you had 5 books cranking out $200 every month? What if you had 25 books doing that? You can see how very quickly these income streams add up, especially when you start connecting a print version to it, yeah? Same content, different format, more money. Wow, says Cynthia. Yeah, it's kind of a mind blower, especially if you've never even considered publishing children's books before. Here's another student of mine, her name's Callie Mayer, says, I've always dreamed of children's books, and when I saw Jay was offering a course on how to do it, I jumped in 2 years ago. Training was easy to follow. Today, I'm generating between $5,000 and $6,000 per month from my children's book sales, and thrilled to be able to do something that I love. So let me ask you a question, and this is not a rhetorical question, okay? If you could plug into a proven system that literally thousands of other folks have already had success with and have a mentor that you can trust to be there and help you every step along the way, do you think that you would be able to simply follow instructions and model what's already working to create a successful result like that for you? Please give me an answer at this point in time. Do you think that that's something that you could do? Yes or no? I think it's only polite to ask that as opposed to just barging forward because I have something very special to show you. I could honestly talk about children's book publishing until the cows come home. I could talk for the next 26 hours. I have so much more to show you, but unfortunately, time does not allow me to do that. So if you are ready, do I have your permission to show you the next step for you folks that want to take it to the next level? Yeah, great. It's my pleasure to I consider to be my baby. It's called Children's Book Formula. I've been adding content and training and software to this for the past several years. It includes everything, the training, the systems, the software that you're going to need in order to become a #1 best-selling author, just like I've been able to do, just like my students been able to do. You may be saying, what's inside, Jay? Well, there's over 43 over-the-shoulder videos and PDF guides. If you're a text-based learner like I am and you just want to download the PDF and forget about the video, you can do that. You can sit there and watch the video and see the printout as well. And if you're, am I going to have to watch 43 videos in order to make this happen? The question is absolutely not. You get through the first module, I believe it's 13 videos, and you are going to have your first book up and published and making sales, okay? Again, everything you need in order to research and write and illustrate and publish and launch your first children's book. Conservatively, I have seen similar courses actually. I've purchased every one of them. Some of them cost thousands of dollars. I hope that you see that this is a screaming value if I said, hey, this $475 just for that core training system. But listen, I'm just getting started. Honestly, we're almost there on. Remember that mind map? That mind map that I showed you, showing hundreds of characters and learning concepts and genres and styles and formats that you can mix and match and create something awesome and brand new and unique that's never been done before, but has all been proving to convert. Yeah, well, you're going to be getting that mind map as well. I think of these as sort of the secret ingredients that you're going to be mixing together to create your own #1 best-selling kids book. The Children's Book Idea Wizard, as I call that, is valued at $150. Quick start book templates. If you get to the end of a project, any project really, but I know when I'm publishing a kid's book, I've got files everywhere. I've got chapters everywhere. I have all the research over in another file on Google Docs. Well, listen, I know how important it is for you to stay organized, especially if you want to scale this, right? Like I have been able to do, like my students have been able to do. That's why I created these templates. They are cut and paste easy, and it's going to help you stay organized. Again, the more organized you are, the less time it's going to take to publish these children's books, the more money you're going to make, okay? Quick start book templates, $97. You're also going to be Book Rocket formatting software. This is a software that I actually just updated. It is web-based. It used to be a WordPress, I should say. It used to be a Word add-in, but it's web-based. And so that means you can use it on a PC, on a Mac, log in, simply upload your manuscript, your finished manuscript, and it's going to spit out a fully optimized .mobi file, which is the type of file that Kindle wants to receive and that shows up best on reading devices. If you don't know what a .mobi file is, don't worry. You're not going to have to text stuff all figured out for you. It literally takes 3 seconds to complete and format your book manuscript after it's done. And then you can upload it and get it published on Amazon quickly and easily. The Book Rocket formatting software, I've actually spent, oh gosh, at this point in time, over $5,000 on this software. I'm not gonna say it's worth $5 grand, but if I had to sell it a la carte, which I've never done, I would charge $197 for it. And last but not least, Amazon #1 bestseller case study. Now, I saw several people saying, what sort of books are you publishing, Jay? I'm super curious. Well, I used to tell people that, but I don't anymore because people used to torch me. They used to say, oh my gosh, well, I'm just going to head over to Amazon and leave, a handful of 1-star reviews, and that's not so much fun. I don't know why people do that necessarily, but that's why I don't tell everybody what the specific books that I'm publishing on these live trainings, but all my students know. And you're going to be able to get inside and look over my shoulder as I actually published one of my best-selling books. You're going to see how I researched it, how I found the illustrator, yeah, how I put it together, how I drove it to #1 bestseller with this case study. This is actually worth the price of admission, and I hope that you can see the true value of this is $325. Total value of this package, $1,244. And if you were wondering, yes, I'm not just throwing this over the wall. These are the very same systems and templates and software that I use every day in my own kids book publishing business in order to generate royalties like this. But listen, I wanted to give you every advantage in the world to succeed with this system. And that's why, in addition to everything that I just showed you, I'm also going to be giving you another $1,588 worth of bonus tools and training and resources to help you get off to the fastest start possible, because that's what I want for you. So what else could you possibly need? Didn't I just back up the truck and give you everything that you might need for this endeavor? Well, how about book reviews? We talked about how important book reviews. You know how important reviews are as an Amazon consumer. What if you could access an almost unlimited amount of book reviews? Well, you can inside my Apex Authors Facebook group. That's why I created it, and that is exactly what my students are doing every single day. That's what you're going to be able to do when you publish your first book and generate that first handful of reviews, and then add dozens after that with a single post. Value of the Apex Authors Facebook group, I've actually never sold that either. $197. It is only available to my students and clients. So what else might make a difference for you? How about some personal help from me? Do you think that might make a difference if I connected with you one-on-one? Yeah, that's why I think it's imperative and important to give you access to 8 weeks of live group coaching. We do this every
AJ, we lost you.
how to grow your kids' book into a full-time income if that's exactly what you want to do, okay? The value of the GoPro children's book training, $197. What else could you possibly need? How about guaranteed book buyers? I showed you the strategy. I showed you exactly what I'm doing to build my subscriber base of book buyers. If you've never done that before, if you've never gotten up a squeeze page, if you don't even know how to, sort of free offer, that's why I have created this entire course. It's called Liaison List Explosion. I sell it every day for $199, and I am making it available to you. I'm rolling it into your children's book formula membership, an entire new course, so that you know how to do the very same thing. This is my #1 asset. It's my list of email subscribers. That's how I drive every book Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please type a 1 into the questions box. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so glad. I don't know what's going on. I apologize. But hopefully we're going to power through here and I will not lose my sound again, okay? Talking about doubling your royalties. This is the last but not least part of this amazing package that's going to be available to you. I showed you how it works with Kindle publishing, and I also showed you that you can take the very same content and publish print books as well. Actually, my print books, my kids' print books sell 3 or 4 times more than the Kindle version, believe it or not. And that's how I'm able to have months like this, $33,786 dropping into my bank account last December. You can do the same thing, and I am going to give you a tremendous advantage by including my Paperbacks Made Easy course. I actually sell this for $497 every single day. Total bonus value, $1,588. Anybody getting excited? Anybody ready to take the next step with me? Okay, let's review quickly because I know that we covered, that was a lot, okay? Here's what you're getting today: the core training system, the idea wizard, the quick start book templates, the formatting software, the #1 bestseller case study, access to my Apex Authors group, 8 weeks of group coaching, the GoPro children's book training, and 2 complete courses that I'm rolling in to your membership because you are a friend and subscriber of Adrian Morrison. A's on List, Explosion, and Paperbacks Made Easy. Total value, $2,832. By now, I know that you can see the value here, but let's just put this in perspective. I had a student ask me not too long ago, what if everything goes wrong, Jay? What if if this is the worst book ever published, and what's the worst case scenario here? And I thought that was such a curious question. I never approached it that way, but I thought it was worthwhile to check it out. Now, what you're seeing here is my worst selling book. My worst selling book for this particular year, I sold 131 copies. Now, this is just the print version, not even including KDP. This is just the print version. I sold 131 copies. I made $219 royalties and 53 pounds, almost $300 of total royalties. That's from my worst selling book. If all else fails, okay, there you go. But I don't expect that to happen to you, but I think that's fair. I thought it was a fair question, so I wanted to show you that, okay? Now listen, if all this did was help you to publish a single best-selling children's book, just like that, if all this did was help you generate multiple streams of passive Amazon royalties that you're gonna be able to enjoy for years and years to come, if all this did was help you fulfill maybe a lifelong dream, maybe this is a bucket list item for you. I know it is with lots of students. Fulfill a lifelong dream of becoming a children's book author. Would it be worthwhile to jump in today? You remember Callie, right? Making $5,000 or $6,000 profit per month with her kids' books. This was one of the thrills of a lifetime for me as a teacher and mentor. She was recently featured in the KDP newsletter, which goes out to all Kindle publishing authors, and she, as one of the best-selling children's book authors out there. She had never, ever, ever even thought about publishing a children's book before we connected, and I showed her my system. I just couldn't. I was so thrilled when I saw that for her. And here's another student. Oh my gosh, Antoine Cameron, #1 bestseller. Made this student $400 in just 7 days. He said, I became a student in January, published my first children's book January 21st, and made a little bit of over $400 profit in 7 days after he published it and got a #1 bestseller. And man, again, think in terms of what if you had 5 books like this? What do you have 10 books like this? That starts to add up, right? Here's Brad Gray, published a cool children's book called Sun. He said he's #1 bestseller, got 116 reviews in just 30 days after publishing his book. I remember he promoted this training from me. And I'm so proud. I feel like a proud papa. I've helped so many students publish to almost every children's book niche under the sun and have success. And again, here's their common denominator. Here's how they did it. Here's how they did it, okay? Listen, by now, you can see this would be an extraordinary value if I price the system at $1,997. I have students making, 4 or 5 times that every single month. No, not today. $990.
Hey Jay, we don't hear your audio.
Hey, gang, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Oh my gosh, thanks. Can you please click on that link, jjsnip.com/Adrian, and let me know that you end up over at a page that looks like this, where you can actually enroll here today and access that $500 discount. Yes, thank you, Diana. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I apologize. This is a terrible, I don't know if it's my microphone or a bad connection, but this has been, I apologize a million times here today. Listen, if this is an issue for you, if it's in the back of your mind, it's like, wow, what's the guarantee here, Jay? Today, Jay, I want to eliminate that at this point in time. I'm going to take all the risk here. Okay, you get in today, you get inside, you kick the tires. If for whatever reason this isn't for you, this isn't your cup of tea, let me know within 30 days. I will grant you a full refund, no questions asked. But you have to get in now before we log off here today. Again, here's everything that you're getting. You have to take the next step. I cannot do this for you. You have to take the next step. Our next live training is tomorrow. Okay. I can't wait to meet you over there. I can't wait to meet you over in the Facebook group and help you on your way and give you every chance to succeed. Now, I want to, before we log off here today and before my my audio and or internet connection fails, I promised you that I'm going to be revealing my #1 Kindle children's book niche. And as Adrian mentioned, I believe he's got a cash giveaway at the end of this presentation. But before I do, you can think of this as sort of the big red cherry at on top of this amazing, delicious sundae that is children's book formula. For the first 25 people that are getting in here today, I want to send you something special, and I want to incentivize your investment here today. The first 25 people that get in are going to access a bonus case study training of mine called, for lack of something else to call, of a better name to call it, How I Sold 936 Children's Books in 48 Hours. Yes, these are actual book sales. These are not free giveaways. These are actual sales. And this is going to allow you to jump in and actually duplicate Yeah, I was #2. I was elbow to elbow with Hunger Games and Harry Potter. I was actually beating those books. I was beating Wimpy Kid for about 48 hours. It was a thrill. to say the least. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well in this case study if you're one of the first 25 people to get in here today. I got 158 paid in the Kindle store. I almost broke into the top 100. I got pretty close. I thought that was pretty good anyway. This is what it looks like, right? This is my first, I think, 16 hours after I implemented this strategy. I sold 769 copies. Hello, hello.
We hear you now. We don't hear you right now.
You guys hear me now? Hey, hey, y'all hear me? Oh gosh, I don't know what to say. This has never happened to me before. I am so glad that you're here. I have a lot more to show you, but we will be logging off here soon, mostly because I don't know what's going on with my connection. And so if you're here and you are ready to get started, don't wait another minute. Go ahead and click on that link in the questions box. Again, that's jjsnip.com/Adrian. And I am so sorry about what just happened there. But listen, now is your chance. I can't tell you how long I'm going to be able to stay on this training, but don't wait, okay? If you're here, if you're still with me, I know we lost some people, but I still see dozens and dozens and dozens of folks on, and that just tells me that maybe this is for you. That being the case, but before I lose whatever again here today, I want to tell you, as I promised you, I want to tell you a little bit about my #1 best-selling, most profitable children's book niche. Thanks, Ruby. You hear me okay? Oh gosh. Oh, thank you so much. All right, so I think you get the message here. So a couple more things about this niche. This is the age when kids really start reading for pleasure. If they hadn't before, a light bulb turns on and like, wow, this is more fun than playing video games. And I get kids I get emails from these kids all the time, kids who've purchased my books and they absolutely love them. And this is kind of interesting, and I never would have expected this, okay? I also get emails from kids' parents and from their teachers and reading specialists, et cetera, thanking me for these books that actually make their kids want to learn how to read and read in their free time, yeah, instead of watching the boob tube. Here's one of those. This is actually from a special ed teacher. Says, hey, I just read or listened to one of your books with my 4th grade boys. I love it. Here is Judy. This is a grandma. Oh my gosh. A grandma who she says, my name's Judy, I'm 72. My grandson and I laugh so much when reading your books and funny stuff. I can't wait to read them, the new one, when I pick them up on Wednesday. Keep them coming. So imagine, how would this make you feel? Yeah, imagine this is a grandma. Maybe she's able to connect with her grandkids once a week or once a month. Who knows? But the first thing that she wants to do is sit down and read one of your books with them. I tell you, this is something that I just did not expect when I first publishing these books, and this is available to you as well. Now look at this, okay? This is kind of interesting. Mark, yeah, they are humorous books for kids mostly boys age 7 through 9. I call it the reluctant reader niche. Tammy, yes, you are one of the first 25. You are going to be getting that exclusive bonus. Here's another one. This is kind of interesting. This is a woman I only know as Z, and I've been going back and forth with her for several years. But this is the first email that I received from her. She says, the reason I bring my love of your books to your attention is that I run Fancy Pants Theater. We were recently given May 29, 2015 at the Kalamazoo Valley Children's Museum to do any play that I want, and she wanted to adapt one of my books, one of my kids' chapter books, to the stage so that this kids' theater company can perform it. Now, I freaked out, okay, especially when she included a 15-page manuscript, right? a 15-page manuscript that she had done based upon one of my books, and she was basically asking me, hey, will you give me the green light? And I said, absolutely, run with this. And I found out since then that several other schools have run this play based upon one of the children's books that I wrote. I know, it blows my mind. It just really, I never would have imagined this was possible simply by publishing that first book with my kid. And so on top of all those royalties that I showed you and all the fun that this is, right, as a family project with my kids, I am also actually making a difference in people's lives. And that's just makes me feel amazing every time I wake up as a result of that. Here's some emails from kids, right? Here's Lisa says, that was awesome. Morgan says, ha, 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 ha. Yassine says, thanks for your wonderful books. Cameron says, you are crazy. Well, that may be so, but let me ask you this. How would you like to receive fan mail like that for your own children's books? Would that make your day? Would that make your month? Yeah, just like I can't describe the feeling to you, but here's the thing, okay? It's not possible. You will never be able to receive fan mail like that unless you have their email addresses. And that's why I thought it was so important to include my Azon List Explosion course in with your investment here today. But you have to take the next step. We'll be on for another couple minutes. But this will not be available for very long. We're going to be logging off here very soon, okay? And so if you have a question that I can answer for you right now, please type it into the questions box, and I will absolutely, as long as my connection holds out here, answer each and every one of them on this training. But don't wait another minute. I don't know if my connection is going to be lasting too much longer here. But listen, if you're on this training, we're fast approaching the 2-hour mark. That indicates to me that this may be for you. If you can feel it in your gut, like this is something that maybe you never even thought about before, but having watched this presentation, you are as excited to jump in with both feet and get started and start creating results like this for yourself, just like I've been able to, just like my students have been able to do. Maybe do this business with your family, write these books with your own kids or grandkids, and make a difference in kids' lives, right? Because of the types of books that you are publishing. Well, if that's the case, don't wait another minute. Click on that link in the questions box and get inside, okay? All right, so some questions here. Muriel wants to know, do you use a pen name for these books? That's a great question, Muriel. The answer is yes. I use a pen name for all of these books, and that is because I have some books under my own name, and this is sort of a separate business. You know, I have some business books. As I said, I'm in the online marketing community. I've been teaching folks how to do online marketing for years and years, and I just don't want to, like, when people click through from the pen name that I used to write my best-selling kids books, it wouldn't necessarily make sense if I had business books there and I had cookbooks there and I had an exercise book there. It may make people scratch heads. So for that reason, yeah, not just for every book series, but for every book genre that I publish to, I use a different pen name, because what might be appropriate for kids that are 8 through 10 may not be appropriate for kids that are that are newborns or toddlers. Does that make sense? Okay. Anna says, Anna, I'm sorry, my cousin's name's Anna. Anna says, how long is this price good for? It's a great question. We'll be on here for a couple more minutes before we log off here today. So I recommend go ahead and don't miss out on this discount. It's a $500 discount. The normal price of this is $997, okay? Because you're on this training, because you've lasted through my terrible internet connection and me popping on and off. Listen, I am more than happy. In fact, I'm thrilled to extend this $500 discount to you, but you have to take the next step. It's available now. Don't wait, okay? Click on that link in the questions box. Great. Any more questions, let me know. Go ahead and type them into the chat box. I'm going to open up this questions. If I can do it, there I go on my tiny little screen here. Jillian says, where do you get jokes for joke books? That's a great question. I'm actually writing a joke book myself with my daughter, as part of one of the books. I've never written a joke book per se. Most of mine are funny, gross out chapter books, like I said. But I'm going to be writing a joke book connected to this best-selling series, and a lot of these jokes I have found in the public domain. If you search for public domain jokes, another thing that I've discovered is that jokes are not you can't trademark a joke. Yeah. And so as long as you put your own spin on it and you don't just simply copy and paste it, as long as you add a little bit of value to it, maybe personalize it or customize it for the series or to your ideal reader, excuse me, or to your reader, then you can use jokes that you find, for example, out in the wild of the internet, okay? Just make sure you add value and you don't just simply copy and paste. Ruby says, how much time do you spend on writing books and how many do you publish now? Great question. I published a new book earlier this summer, and before that, it had been a couple years. To tell you the truth, I was getting kind of lazy, Ruby. Simply because I've been sort of sitting back and watching my my royalties grow from month to month, simply from books that I published from years ago. But as far as how long do they take, they don't take me very long. I come up with an idea and I simply map them out, just like I'm going to show you how to do inside the training. Map it out, send it to a ghostwriter. Right now I have ghostwriters. My daughter wrote the last book that I published, and it's the best one that I've ever published. She's a great writer. She's even better than me. And that's the process, Ruby. Holly says, how do you copyright? How do you copyright the books? Is that what you're asking, Holly? Yeah, I don't copyright these books. I suppose I could at this point in time. I'm kind of my MO is to trust people sort of right off the bat. And I'm assuming that, I mean, lots of people have taken the idea for my best-selling book series and published similar books. You'll see once you get inside and you check out that case study. And if you do a search for the primary keyword and genre that I published to, you'll see hundreds of books like that. Well, I'll tell you, that wasn't always the case. I'm happy to show folks what I do, and if they have success with it as well, listen, the more the merrier. This is a huge marketplace. There's room for all of us, and I recommend that you come up with an even better original idea than what I did. But I don't copyright it. I don't feel like I have the need to copyright it, and I haven't had to copyright. haven't had to copyright it either. Make sense? Okay, great. Hey, so if you have any other questions, now's the time to ask them. If you're ready to jump in, don't wait another minute. Don't wait another minute, okay? I'm going to be on for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to sort of go back into the. I'm going to mute myself, and sort of that'll be it for me for today. And Adrian will come on. I believe he has a cash giveaway left for you today. But if you have another question for me before we log off here today, type it in and you can get it in under the wire. I'm here, and I'll answer your questions, but we will be logging off here very soon. Go ahead and click on that link in the questions box and get inside and take advantage of this one-time special $500 discount that's available to you as a subscriber of Adrian's. Someone wondering, how many pages does your joke book have? That's a great question. What I typically do is, again, model what's working. So go ahead and and crack open your wallet and buy a couple 99-cent joke books, best-selling joke books, and open them up. See how many jokes they have, how many pages they have, how many illustrations they have. What do the illustrations look like? What are they doing with their cover? I'm going to show you how to do that inside the training, of course, but just model. So if the best-selling joke book has 40 pages, I recommend that you come in at around 40 pages for your own joke book. Make sense? Okay, great. Listen, I am so pleased. I want to, before we log off here today and before I pull Adrian back on here, I just want to say congratulations to all new Children's Book Formula members. I am so thrilled. I can't wait to see you on tomorrow's live training. I can't wait to meet you in the Facebook group. Please jump in there and say hi. and meet all the other members there. You are going to have, that's going to be a tremendous resource for you. And I just want to say congratulations to all new members. And Mark wants to know before last minute question from Mark. He says, are there any more of those first 25 bonuses left? The answer is yes. We have, I just checked my shopping cart. Looks like we have 4 units left. We have 4 copies left to access that first 25 bonus. Special case study where I'm going to show you how I sold 937 children's books in 48 hours. There's 4 copies left. I would imagine they're going to be all gone by the time we log off this training. So do not delay. Click on that link in the questions box and get inside and take advantage of that $500 discount. Okay, everybody, had a fantastic time. I'm going to go silent here, and I'm going to pull Adrian on, who's I think has got a couple last few words for you. So congratulations, everybody. I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to let Adrian come back on and say a couple things.
All right, guys, this is Adrian. I am back on the line. Jay, what a phenomenal presentation. This is so cool. Like I said, this is something I would have never thought of. It's just, you know, it's just not something that I would have ever dreamt up myself. And that is what I love about the Elite Profit Series webinars, right? Is it shows people all of these strategies, all of these money-getting opportunities that they don't know exist, because at the end of the day, you don't know what it is that you don't know, and you're leaving money on the table. So this is a strategy that I full-fledged recommend. I know that this is a huge market. There's a lot of different niches. This is a great niche that you can really dominate, because if you think about it, it's just this is historically the way that things work between parents and kids. They read them children's books, you know, I mean, they've bedtime stories. You know, I don't have kids, right? But I remember growing up, I would always have my parents would read me all of these children's books. And, you know, this is what's happening is every day there are new kids, every day there are new parents, and every day there are new books being purchased. And Amazon Kindle is one of the best ways to earn some money. And obviously you can scale that out to different outlets too. And I think Jay is the guy that can teach you how to really take advantage of this opportunity and turn it into a true passive income, because he's been there, he's done that, he's doing it. And this is something he's taught various other people. Tons of his students have learned how to do this as well. So if this is something you're interested in, the links are on the screen. Go to the link on the screen, get enrolled right now. Remember, always educate yourself, always learn from a mentor, always invest in yourself and invest in your business. You don't have to be great at anything to get started, but in order to be great, you must start first, right? So you got to get started first, and then you can learn how to be great with a proven mentor. And I think Jay is the guy that could do that in this sphere of internet marketing. Guys, the deal is going to end soon. This is a limited offer. Y'all know how it works on the Elite Profit Series. We have people come on, they do some epic training, which I can see feedback. Everybody loves this. I've just not seen one negative comment in the box about this. Some of you are, you know, said the same thing I said. Wow, this is a weird but cool opportunity to earn money online. And that's some of the funnest parts about internet marketing, is finding these little like golden chests, if you will, full of opportunity that other people aren't capitalizing on. Because if you're doing what everybody else in the world is doing, all the other internet marketers, you have a lot of competition, right? And this is the evergreen, ever-growing niche, an ever-growing opportunity that's not going anywhere. Book's been around forever. So that said, the links are on the screen. Y'all know that the opportunity is going to expire after this webinar, so make sure that you get in now. You get the deal, you get the bonuses, you learn from Jay, you expand your empire. You always, always think about multiple streams and diversification of income, and you will grow into a mega successful entrepreneur with that mindset. So excited for you all, excited for everybody that got in. Jay, thanks so much for coming here and sharing this opportunity with my students. I think it's one of the neatest things I've seen all year, and it was really amazing watching you present it and learning more about it myself. It's just such you never know, right? You just never know what other people are doing to make extra money. And that type of stuff excites me. And if you're excited about this right now too, the links are on the screen. Go ahead, get enrolled, and let's give away $200. So I'm going to randomly scroll through our registrants, and I'm going to choose a member or a registrant to win $200 cash prize money. So I'm going to go do that now. I'm going to scroll up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, so scrolling. Oh crap, it's freezing. Hold on. Scrolling up and down, up and down, up and down, and dun dun dun. Okay, so this week our $200 cash prize winner. Actually, it looks like a newcomer. I don't recognize this name at all. So if this is your first webinar, maybe this is a sign that you're in the right place. All right, so our winner tonight is Cody Russell. Cody Russell, you just won $200, my friend. Welcome to the Elite Profit Series. I hope you get tons of great information. Get us your PayPal address so we can send you $200, and you can do with that money whatever you please. It is yours, cash money via PayPal. For everybody else, I'm so excited for you. I'm so glad that you learned. Thank you so much for the great feedback. I'm just seeing so many students in here telling me they enjoyed the webinar. So many of you I can see are saying that you're in. If you're in, just go ahead and say, I'm in. All right, awesome. I see a couple of people popping in. Very, very good. Well, congrats on getting in if you got started. Once again, Jay, thanks so much for sharing such a unique opportunity with my students. I know that you are the best at what you do, and you're a great mentor to those that follow you and want to learn from you. For everybody else, thanks so much for joining us tonight on the Elite Profit Series. Remember, next week, same place, same time, right here at 6 p.m. EST, we will be back with more training, with more insider underground marketers revealing their secrets, right? Their niches, their strategies that you can learn from, you can choose to follow, you can choose to get started on all of these different paths and know that you're doing it the right way from people that are tried, tested, and proven and are in my inner circle. So I hope to see you here next week. Hope you enjoyed tonight. Go ahead, guys. The link is on the screen. Go ahead, get enrolled right now before the opportunity passes you by, because it's going to expire, okay? So get in, and I will see you all next week. Hashtag crush it. Cody, make sure you get us your PayPal address. My team is waiting on that, and I will see you all next week. I wish you a ton of success. Good night, y'all.